Hello everyone, this is Divya, and in today's video we will be discussing about the legislative representatives and their powers and functions. So in this video we will be discussing about the powers and functions of all those representatives, all those members of parliaments who are elected by us and working in parliament as our representatives. So, moving to the next, before studying about their powers and functions, we should have a basic idea of our parliament and how the parliament works. So, as we all know, the President of India, the President of our country, is the first person, first citizen of the country, and he's the head of the country, and the Prime Minister is the head of the Union government. And in India, we have dual political system, which means that we have union government at the central level and state government at other provincial levels. Under the Article 49, which allows our legislature to be bicameral, which means that in India we have two houses, that is Rajya Sabha, upper house, and Lok Sabha, lower house, which is also called the House of Commons. So Lok Sabha has a speaker and a deputy speaker, which it means that the speaker, Lok Sabha elects a speaker and a deputy speaker, which are the members of Lok Sabha. So moving to the next slide, here comes Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is a permanent body, as we all know. Unlike the Lok Sabha, it is not diluted. It is not a subject to dissolution. So the tenure of Rajya Sabha members is for 6 years, and yes, every year, in every 2 years, 1/3 members of Lok Sabha get retired, and the Vice President of the India is the ex officio presiding officer, that is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, and there are 12 members of the Rajya Sabha which are nominated by the President for their contribution in arts, science and social services. And we have many examples of that, like Rekha ma'am, Amitabh Bachchan sir, MS Dhoni sir, and Sachin Tendulkar sir. They all were nominated for their great work in the field of cricket and cinema. And next is members of Rajya Sabha elect deputy chairperson amongst them to preside sessions in the absence of chairman. It means that the member of Rajya Sabha, okay, so those MPs who are the member of Rajya Sabha elects a vice chairman who presides the session in the absence of vice president, which is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. So next up we have Lok Sabha, which is a subject to dissolution, which means that Lok Sabha can be dissolved by the president, and the members of Lok Sabha has a tenure of 5 years, and the President of India can dissolve the Lok Sabha before its completion of 5 years on the recommendation of Council of Union Ministers. Next, ministers of Lok Sabha are directly elected by the eligible citizens from their respective constituencies. And Lok Sabha, out of 543 members of Lok Sabha, 2 members are Anglo-Indian, which are elected by the President of India. Here, so next up we have Lok Sabha. So next up we have the difference between the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So as we all know, the members of Lok Sabha are directly elected by the eligible voters, while the members of Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of state legislative assemblies. So as I told you, the members of Lok Sabha are elected by the common people of our country, the eligible voters of our country, while the people of Rajya Sabha, MPs of Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of state legislative assemblies. The normal life of every Lok Sabha is 5 years. As I told you, in every 5 years, a new government is formed and the old Lok Sabha get dissolved. Whereas the Rajya Sabha is permanent body, yes, because in every 2 years, 1/3 of the MPs get retired from Rajya Sabha. So yes, Rajya Sabha is a permanent body. Lok Sabha is the house to which the Council of Ministers is responsible under the Constitution. So as I told you, the people of Lok Sabha, the MPs of Lok Sabha are directly elected by us, the voters of India. So because of that, and the government who is working for the people, who is working for us, is responsible to them because they are our representatives. Okay, next is money bill can only be introduced in Lok Sabha. Yes, as we all know, the budget is presented by the finance minister in the name of President of India in Lok Sabha. Yes, so these are these are the differences between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, so next up we have the powers and functions of the member of parliament. So the member of parliament have a lot of functions and powers. So first of all, I will be talking about legislative rule, their legislative rule. So MP is primarily responsible for debating and passing laws. Member of parliament, yes, we all know they are our representatives, and they have a right to debate and discuss or counter attack to the government for their policies, question the government for their policies, reforms, etc. Okay, scrutinizing the government policies and their implementations, approving government expenditure, voting in the amendment of Constitution of India, participates in impeachment of president, vice president, judges of Supreme Court and High Courts, etc. Yeah, as I told you, look, the impeachment means that the process of removal of the president is called impeachment, and it's not only limited to president. Every higher official of any department can be removed through the process of impeachment, which held in the parliament by a voting of member of parliaments of both the houses. Okay, delegated legislation. Once a bill is signed into a law, the MP's role is to take a check on executive overreach and ensure that the power of delegated legislation is not abused by the government. Next role of the government is supervisory role. So here, the MP exercises control over the executive through parliamentary interventions such as zero hour, question hour, calling attention motion, adjournment motion, no conference motion, and other things like discussions and all. So, in supervisory role, the MPs who are not a part of the government can cross question the policies, decisions, and schemes of government in question hour, zero hour. Okay, next, MP also supervises the executive by participating in committee like Public Accounts Committee, estimates, undertakings, etc. As we all know, there are different types of committees working in the parliament. Okay, so the member of parliament has the right to be a part of executive, be the part of those parliamentary committees and supervise the executive work done by the parliamentary committees. So now we have the electoral role of the MPs. So member of parliament participates in the election of president and vice president, yes, and they elect the member of Lok Sabha elects the speaker and deputy speaker of the house, which is amongst them, whereas a Rajya Sabha MP elects the vice chairman of the Rajya Sabha. So next up we have now power of the purse. Yes, no tax can be levied and no expenditure can be incurred by the government without the approval of the parliament. The budget therefore presented to the parliament. Okay, so the budget is presented in the parliament, and after the expenditure which has to be done by the government is approved by the parliament. So for that, parliamentary control over the executive in the matters pertaining to finance involves budgetary control and post budgetary control. And power of the we have representative role. So, being the voice of the constituency, the MP has also been given the responsibility to recommend projects in their constituency. Okay, so to recommend developmental projects in their constituency to the district collector. So, for that, a separate scheme called the Member of Parliament Local Area Development Scheme, in which every MP is allotted with 5 crore rupee for the development of their respective area constituency. Okay, this scheme was started in 1993. Even in case of MPLADS, an MP only have power to recommendation of the projects. Okay, so even after the scheme and this power, the MP can only recommend the projects. Okay, the new government has also assigned responsibility to each MP to develop model villages in her constituency under the Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. So next up we have other powers of member of parliament, and in other powers the MP has the power to approve the emergencies, national emergency, internal emergency and financial emergency. Yes, president can impose the emergency after the approval of the member of parliaments of both the houses. Okay, next, a number of parliaments holds a very important position in parliamentary democracy like India. Of course, they represent the 1.2 billion, even more than 1.2 billion people of the country. And a Rajya Sabha MP represents his state in the parliament. So yes, they hold a very important role in democracy. So now we will be discussing about the development role of MPs. So yes, as I told you before, MPLADS, which means that Member of Parliament Local Area Developmental Scheme, in which every MP is granted 5 crore rupee every year for the development of his or her respective constituency. And representation Now we will be discussing about MPLAD, all the permissible items under the scheme of MPLAD. So with the money given to the now we will be discussing about MPLAD, all the permissible items under the scheme of MPLAD. So with the money given to the MP every year, the MP can do the social welfare work, education, contribute in the education or health infrastructure of his or her respective constituency, centrally sponsored schemes. So all these things can be done by an MP through the with the use of the money given to him under the scheme of Member of Parliament Local Area Development Scheme. Okay, so that's all for today. Now finally wrapping up, I would like to say thank you. Thank you so much for watching the video.
बन गई